All right, so Donald Trump there making that motion, zipping his lips, not speaking, which is interesting in and of itself.
Wait, Donald Trump didn't speak? He didn't say a word? He zipped his lips? What happened? Oh, that's right. He's under a judge's gag order, so he's simply leaving it to his attorneys to do the yelling and screaming outside of court. But in any case, while Donald Trump did not say much, obviously, as he left the courtroom, it was a very crucial day for him because he actually did take the witness stand and the testimony was fascinating and meaningful. So let's get into it. In his testimony, the former president and current frontrunner for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination stood by the valuations of his properties that other co-defendants have sought to distance themselves from. CBS News reports, the numbers of my net worth are substantially more than the numbers you have in the financial statement, he said in one exchange. Therefore, you have no case. The prosecuting lawyer, Kevin Wallace, posed questions about the valuations of Trump's and his company's properties, including Mar-a-Lago, Trump Tower in Manhattan, and an upstate New York estate known as Seven Springs. Trump defended the financial statements, listing the supposed value, saying that even those valuations have been determined to be inflated were too low. He added that he would not be willing to sell several properties because they were worth so much. Judge Engoron's pretrial ruling found that Donald Trump is liable for fraud and noted that the local assessed value of Mar-a-Lago, for example, was $18 million, but that the Trump organization valued it at hundreds of millions of dollars more. Well, the former president said in his testimony that he believes it's worth as much as $1.5 billion, $1.5 billion for Mar-a-Lago. Well, Trump then described a hypothetical scheme in which a person calls their own home a club to save money on taxes. There are a lot of advantages to having it as a club. The smartest thing to do would be to have a club and have one member. Trump was also asked about the Scottish golf club's valuation. He argued that whether it was accurate to value one of the Scottish golf clubs as if he had built 2,500 new homes on it, when in fact, he has built none and is limited by contract to just under 1,500. But Trump said, at some point, in my old age, I'll go there and build the most beautiful thing we've ever seen. Well, related to the financial statements, which is, of course, this is a huge admission, Donald Trump acknowledged his role in inflating numbers to obtain loans. And that's what this case is all about. It's not a criminal case per se. The question is whether Donald Trump should be banned from doing business in New York and whether or not he should pay fines of perhaps more than $250 million. The theory has been that he and his organization overinflated asset values in order to obtain favorable bank loans and defraud insurance companies. Well, Mr. Trump was accused of inflating his net worth to defraud banks and insurers, acknowledged helping to assemble annual financial statements submitted to the banks. I would look at them, I would see them, and I would maybe on occasion have some suggestions, Mr. Trump said. Donald Trump was also caught in a lie about paying off a loan. Late in the day, Donald Trump described a loan to a Chicago property as having been long since gone. When he was pressed on that detail, he conceded it was actually paid off very recently. The prosecutor, Wallace, then asked, are you aware that the Trump Chicago loan was paid off last week? Trump said he was, and that my son recommended it, referring to Eric Trump, who testified about that and other properties earlier in the trial. Adrienne Lawrence, what do you make of all of this?
Well, I make of it that Donald Trump does not like to take responsibility for anything. I absolutely love the fact that the moment he's asked a question, he will throw his sons under the bus. Oh, it's my son recommended. Oh, my son advocated for it. This man, he clearly is one who does not want in any way to be accountable for his actions. The fact is that him being a leader of this enterprise, he is responsible, even if he hires the best accountants, as he says. He is the one that offered these prices. And the thing that I love about this case is that, there's already been a conclusion that he is liable. The question is just how much. And I would love for him to be hit with that full $250 million in fines and shut down in New York, because the people of New York deserve a whole lot better than to have the Trump family continue to do business and to continue to defraud them and the people there.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.